Welcome to Of Mountains and Men, where we explore mysteries, myths, and legends from the Alps and beyond. Tonight's Tyrolean tale rises high above the city of Innsbruck, to the pale stone walls of the Nordkette mountains, where, according to old legend, a woman of great wealth and cold heart was turned into stone. This is the tale of Frau Hitt. High above the Green Inn Valley, where the river curves through Innsbruck like a silver thread, the Nordkette rises steep and sudden from the earth. Its cliffs catch the first light of morning. Its shadows fall early across the city. And long before cable cars and mountain stations, people believed these heights were not only stone and snow, but memory. They said that once upon these peaks, there stood a castle that glistened in the sun. And in that castle lived a woman whose wealth rivaled that of kings. Her name was Frau Hitt. Frau Hitt was said to own more gold than Innsbruck's merchants, and more silks than the courts of distant rulers. Her gowns shimmered like the morning frost. Her tables bent beneath rich foods and wine. And as her riches grew, so did her pride. One autumn day, as cool air drifted down from the heights, and the forest below burned gold and red, Frau Hitt rode out in her carriage, surrounded by servants and fine horses. At the edge of the road stood a poor beggar woman. A child clutched to her side. Their clothes were thin, their faces hollow with hunger. The woman bowed deeply. "Gracious lady," she said, "my child and I have traveled far and have not eaten for days. Could you spare a morsel of bread or a cup of water?" Frau Hitt looked down at them from their carriage. "Bread and water," she repeated, smiling. The beggar gathered her courage. "Please, madam, only a crust for my child. Surely you can spare a little." Mockery flickered in Frau Hitt's eyes. She turned to her servants. "Bring me a stone," she said, "and water from that puddle." They obeyed. Frau Hitt placed a cold stone into the woman's hands. "Here's your bread." Then she pointed to the muddy water. "And here's your drink. Be grateful for my generosity." The beggar drew her child close. For a moment, she said nothing. Then she lifted her eyes. "Your heart is as cold as this mountain stone," she said calmly. "You mocked the poor and turned hunger into sport. May you remain forever on this peak in your true form, and stand as a warning to all who believe wealth can shield them from kindness." The air grew heavy. Clouds rolled suddenly across the sun. The ground trembled beneath the horses. Frau Hitt tried to rise, But her feet, they wouldn't move. She looked down and saw her silks paling, hardening, turning to stone. Her body stiffened, her breath left her. Her cruel smile froze where it lay. Before her servants could cry out, before the horses could break free, Frau Hitt and her mount were no longer flesh and bone, but rock. A towering stone figure upon the Nordkette, silent, pale, cold. They say the castle vanished, the riches were lost, but Frau Hitt remained. And to this day, when evening light strikes the cliffs above Innsbruck, some swear they can still see her shape, seated in stone, watching the valley below. A reminder carved into the mountain itself that pride weighs heavier than gold, and that kindness, once denied, may never return. The Nordkette forms the southern edge of the Alps, rising abruptly above Innsbruck. Geologically, these pale limestone peaks were once an ancient seabed, lifted and carved by ice and time. But long before geology had a name, people told stories. The figure known as Frau Hitt appears in Tyrolean folklore as a personification of the Nordkette itself, a stone formation locals once believed resembled a seated woman with a horse. Her legend was already written down in early historical sources, woven into Innsbruck's identity as a city between wealth and wilderness. In a land shaped by harsh winters and sudden fortune, stories like hers carried moral weight. Warnings against arrogance and reminders of charity. Even today, the Nordkette is called Innsbruck's home mountain, and Frau Hitt remains one of its oldest human faces.